platform. We're doing a lot of mango tree reasoning because things are at a critical stage. As the people come in, let's take a listen to this story. This story is not the main story that I want to talk about. Obviously, you see the title of the video, yes? Cuban doctors, Christopher Tufton, and what he has said. So let me get into this story. All right, listen to this.
Hot selling products. Enjoy 20 off now.
Welcome, guys. Please hit the like button for me as you come in. All you have to do is tap the screen 2 times like this to hit the like button. All right, just tap the screen 2 times like this. All right.
Want to know if your wife is cheating on you?
I love this phone. Thank you for hitting the like button, guys.
The Tourism Ministry is this evening seeking to make clear a release from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority about an air service between Dubai and Jamaica. The release sparked uproar.
Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen.
Which accused the
to hit the like button 2 times.
Amoy Harriet has details.
Listen to this.
This was the release made by the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority on Wednesday. Applicant, Emirates. Purpose for which service is intended to operate scheduled air service between the United Arab Emirates and Jamaica via Germany. This operation will be conducted pursuant to a code share agreement with Condor, which is a Germany airline. The flights between Frankfurt, which is in Germany, and Montego Bay will be operated by Condor. Now, a code share flight is where one carrier markets and the other operates. So it allows for carriers to sell seats on each other's flights as part of an effort to offer customers an opportunity to choose from a large variety of destinations. So in this case, Emirates is marketing and Condor is operating. Following the release by the Civil Aviation Authority, opposition spokesperson on tourism and linkages, Janice Allen, blasted Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett as she said the announcement was inaccurate and misleading.
The minister claimed that Emirates will begin flights to Jamaica. But let me be clear, this is simply not true. What actually happened is that Condor, a German airline, announced a new route to Jamaica. Now, Condor, no stranger to Jamaica, does have a strategic alliance with Emirates, but that does not mean Emirates is flying here.
Listen.
In a staunch defense, State Minister in the Tourism Ministry, Senator Delano Seawright, said the ministry stands by the release as the facts are clear.
Respectfully, Miss Allen is misleading herself. Emirates is the applicant, and the Montego Bay leg will be operated by Condor under a code share agreement, which is very much standard across the international aviation space. That was stated clearly in every official government release, in every comment, verbal and written. So let me be absolutely clear. We never said Emirates was flying non-stop to Jamaica. What we said and what is on record is that Emirates is part of the airlift strategy to grow our global connectivity, and that's exactly what's happening.
The scheduled air service between Dubai and Montego Bay will start on April 10, 2025 until December 26 of next year. As for whether or not Emirates will eventually fly non-stop to Jamaica,
we have been talking to Emirates for quite some time now, and it is our hope that in the near future, maybe within 2 or 3 years, Emirates will eventually move to operating non-stop services between Montego Bay, Jamaica, and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates.
Amoy Harriet, TVJ News.
All right, so that's what he said. Let us go back to what Mr. Edmund Bartlett said.
Listen to this.
Listen to this.
After 5 years of working on breaking through the Middle East market, the MENA countries and the GCC countries, and finding a gateway to India, Emirates, the largest airline in the world, will fly to Jamaica from Dubai.
Emirates, the largest airline in the world, will fly to Jamaica. Edmund Bartlett lied and misled the people. The lady is absolutely right. Emirates is not flying to Jamaica. You see all the JLP people lie, and them can't say them lie when them lie in a government. Listen to that again. These are his words, not anybody else's. Listen to this.
To find the right product for your business, meet Axia, the world's first AI sourcing.
Listen to Edmund Bartlett again.
Talking about
See
Dubai.
that?
Talking about Dubai flight I come to. Listen to this.
After 5 years of working on breaking through the Middle East market, the MENA countries and the GCC countries, and finding a gateway to India, Emirates, the largest airline in the world, will fly to Jamaica from Dubai through Frankfurt. The inaugural flight will be April 10th to Montego Bay.
Did you hear him say anything about Condor? Did you hear him say anything about the Germans? Did you hear him say anything about the German flight that is a connective flight that is in partnership with Emirates? The man never said that. The man said Emirates, the largest airplane or flight, whatever it is in the world, is now flying directly from Dubai to Jamaica. And this, you heard what I played before. Listen. I'm gonna come back to this. Listen to this young man that insinuated that the Janice Allen was somehow misrepresenting herself. I am going to do a short to put on TikTok to expose the liarness of the JLP administration. Listen to this again. Mighty God of Daniel. Listen to the.
In a staunch defense,
Listen to
State
this.
Minister in the Tourism Ministry, Senator Delano Seawright, said the ministry stands by the release as the facts are clear.
Respectfully, Miss Allen is misleading herself. Emirates is the applicant, and the Montego Bay leg will be operated by Condor under a code share agreement, which is very much standard across the international aviation space.
So when them say code share agreement, Emirates is not flying to Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. The German Condor Airlines is flying to Jamaica. And in partnership with Emirates is offering potential customers in that area that would want to fly to Jamaica to fly with Condor. It's called code sharing. Listen to what Edmund Bartlett said.
Talking about Dubai flight I come to.
Listen to this.
After 5 years of working on breaking through the Middle East market, the MENA countries and the GCC countries, and finding a gateway to India, Emirates, the largest airline in the world, will fly to Jamaica from Dubai through Frankfurt. The inaugural flight.
Brethren, we are not fools. We have ears, and this is what you said on Nationwide. Why is it that it happened on Nationwide? Why a misleading story from the Minister of Tourism happened on Nationwide, where he is saying that Emirates, the actual airline, not code, not the German Condor, but Emirates is coming to Mobay on a direct flight from Dubai. That is what the first flight will be, April such and such. That is a bold-faced lie. And I can say it's a lie because they came and they doubled down on it. So I'm telling you they are lying. Because we have the words of Edmund Bartlett right here. All they had to do is come and say, yes, it was an oversight. What he meant to say was, these are the details, blah, 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 blah. But because they did not do that, ladies and gentlemen, now we can say it is a bold-faced lie. Let's play that one more time for the people. And I want to thank Janice Allen, right, for clearing this up. Because it's election time, you know. So they will do anything to get a little political edge. Oh, we have solidified this massive thing where Emirates is gonna go straight to Montego Bay, and that's gonna open up markets. And you see, we are the government and prosper. They will just take that little grain of a win and make it a mountain and a mold. And I'm not saying that the possibilities couldn't be there enough, but I'm telling you, the way how Jamaica is structured right now, And I'm gonna get to my main reason why I'm here today to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, is a healthcare system. Dubai, knowing what is going on in Jamaica and doing their research, I don't think Dubai is going to champion people coming to Jamaica directly from Air Emirates, because the standard that is in Dubai in terms of how people are actually treated in the tourism industry and the luxury lifestyle, Jamaica, honestly, when you look at the hospitals and everything, we are not there. And the hospitals specifically, because the situation in the hospitals has not changed. The equipment, we haven't seen them roll out, if they have them. You understand what I say? It's an easy expose, brother. The nurses, now we have the Cuban doctor situation, right, which I want to go to, right? Because I want to paint a picture for you, ladies and gentlemen, right? And this is what you call forward thinking. And guys, just tap the screen like this, you know. Tap the screen, hold on. Tap the screen like this. Tap the screen like this to hit the like button. All 50 of you guys, tap the screen 2 times with your fingers to hit the like button. No, man, a mango tree that, man. No breadfruit now, Ross. No breadfruit now, Ross. But just come on an early little thing, and I'm not going to stay along with you. What I'm saying, my good people, this is what I'm saying. I'm going to try to get back on the algorithm too, because I notice say, my people them now get the notification and go live. As a matter of fact, I didn't even share the live. 1 second, people. And I don't think I should have to share the live for us to get 100 people in here. I have 14,000 plus, 15,000 plus people. I have over 300 people that link me on WhatsApp already. When me check back the stats and me look, me say, what? 300 plus people link me already? Insane. Right? So just give me a second before I'm going to the main reason why I'm actually start this live stream here, ladies and gentlemen. I have a premiere coming up at 11:45 and I finish before that, you know. You understand? Let me just show. Yo, so what you know? You say you just get it? You say me I talk about, bro? Something not right, bro. Something is not right. Alright? So, Christopher Tufton, we see where the Cuban doctors them. Christopher Tufton outlined a bunch of coincidences. And I'm here to ask, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that when Rubio came here, all of these different things about the Cuban doctors coming out? Huh? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the renewal of the contracts is rolling out? Them talking about some different people coming in and entertaining people from different countries. Is it a coincidence, Christopher Tufton? Well, guess what? We have freedom of speech and we have the right to think and we have the right to analyze. And I'm telling you right now, I am of the opinion that none of this is a coincidence. None of it. All right? The people, the doctors being sent away is not a coincidence. No. The concerns that the United States had about the doctors, if they were being abused in terms of, you know, not being paid right or whatever. The question is, do Jamaica pay the Cuban doctors directly or do they pay Cuba? That is the question. All right? Is the concern that Cuba is not paying the doctors right? Do we even know? And how would we know? Because you see, what I'm not going to do, you know, is let my emotions cloud my analyzing of the issue, right? Is it possible that there is something going on where the US of A really, their intelligence is on point? Is it possible? Now, with that said, Christopher Tufton did mention a restructuring of a restructuring of the deal or the contract between them and the Cuba, them and Cuba. He did mention that, and I want to find it. Let me not put any words in his mouth. Let me find the actual audio of Christopher Tufton saying what he said about the Cuban doctors. But mighty God, man. Edmund Bartlett get caught up in our web right there, sir. Embarrassing. Embarrassing indeed. Hear this.
I don't think you hear
Hear
what I
this.
say. Today, a revelation was made. Tufton. Today.
Lives depend on it. That was Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton's
Listen.
candid response to concerns over the
Listen good.
possibility of Cuban medical professionals being sent home. Dr. Tufton admitted at Parliament's Standing Finance Committee on Thursday that the impact would be felt significantly.
This is something that we would prefer not to have, as you know, because lives depend on it. The Cuban eye care program, for example, at St. Joseph's, they do almost 20 surgeries a day, and thousands of Jamaicans benefit from the program. So it would be a challenge. It would be a challenge.
This widening of the restrictions has raised concerns across CARICOM, particularly in countries that rely on Cuban medical professionals to supplement their healthcare systems. According to Dr. Tufton, over 400 such professionals supplement Jamaica's medical staff.
If we assume the worst, which is what you're suggesting, it would have a significant impact on our health system in that we have close to 400 Cuban healthcare workers in our public health system, primarily nurses and primarily specialist nurses. So those working in the very specialized areas, which is where the greatest shortage exists. And it would mean that those services would be impacted. So the consequences of a suspension or termination of those arrangements would mean maybe some suspension or at best rearranging of some of those services as to where they could be accessed.
Dr. Tufton says the government, through the Foreign Affairs Ministry, is attempting to come to a compromise through negotiations with Cuba and the United States.
The conversations that are taking
compromise. Come to a compromise. You see, Jamaica is not in a position of power because they are compromised. Yes. They are compromised. The politicians are compromised. So now, you notice the word they use, compromise. Listen to this.
Services as to where they could be accessed.
Dr. Tufton says the government, through the Foreign Affairs Ministry, is attempting to come to a compromise through negotiations with Cuba and the United States.
The conversations that are taking place now are attempting to firstly understand the problem a little more and to see to what extent we can work around it with our bilateral partner, both Cuba and by extension the US. And those conversations are being led by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs with the support and advice from this ministry. It's early days yet, so we'll see what happens.
However, he says contingencies are being worked on through the Philippines, India, and Nigeria that may be expedited to respond to the worst-case scenario.
There were discussions before all of this. In fact, we have an MOU that we're finalizing, which will see some faculty and some specialists coming from Nigeria. We've had that before in our health system, so that those relationships are traditional relationships. We've had in the past Indian nationals coming. So while we acknowledge the problem and we would prefer to avoid it being a crisis in that regard, because we do believe the relationship with Cuba has been strong and very beneficial, and we would like to preserve it, even if we have to make some adjustments. We're also putting in place contingencies that before now were not necessarily contingencies for this issue, but the need to expand capacity generally. And so we'll just have to fast track some of those to account for some of the gaps that exist.
Sean Campbell for Nationwide News.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Meanwhile, they are preparing for these contingencies with an already weak healthcare system. And this is a fact. No matter what I hear Tufton say, the people on the ground have come out in drones on social media to talk about their experiences in the healthcare system. So with an already lower level healthcare system, undermanned, underpaid, under-equipped healthcare system, we're going to be further undermanned with people that have specific expertise. So very specific. Eye doctor, man, listen. Mighty God of Daniel. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine if something was to break out, I don't know, like a semi-pandemic? Can you imagine if something was to break out? Jerry Wagwan. Just think about that for a minute. Let that sink in. A semi-pandemic, lack of equipment, lack of medication in some instances and in some cases, lack of the right professionals. No, I heard out of the press say something about the Nigerians. And this is what I heard she said. I'm not sure, but she said that in England they had issues with the Nigerians. I'm not saying this is for all Nigerians, but they send doctors to England allegedly that are not qualified. They say they're qualified on their paper, but it is a lie. And it's when they reach, they realize, and then they end up have to train them. Now, in a situation like this where we are at DEFCON 1 in terms of critical and need professionals now, what if their contingency plan, where Nigeria is concerned, yields that reality? What does that further mean? One true emperor, big up. Emperor say the Nigerian healthcare system is trash. So that is one concern. Secondly, my recommendation, and moving on to my next point, my recommendation to the people of Jamaica is that do everything in your power. Pray, fast, beg God, ball out, to not be in a situation where you have to go to any hospital in the next year. Until we get out this government and start to rebuild Jamaica, do not do anything. Please don't help yourself to go to the hospital. That is a very strong recommendation that I want to give to you, my people. Right? And people might say, so Bolo, why you say that? Well, I mean, do I really need to spell it out? Well, let me. The current situation of many Jamaicans in the hospitals is not a favorable one. All right? We've seen mothers cry. We've seen mothers of pregnant young women cry. We've seen brothers cry, sisters cry, right? We've seen cry. We've seen elders in a very, very meaning state in the hospital, waiting on surgery for the longest. This is the reality, right? Many testimonies have come forth. So, with those things and many other things happening in the healthcare system, you see why I advise you to do everything you can to not go to the hospital. So hear what happened now, ladies and gentlemen. Me not just talking, right? I'm not just talking and not walking. This is my plan. And it might sound silly, but this is my plan. And I am going to document this plan. I am buying a skipping rope. I mean, I talk about a skipping rope where to really get me back to my fitness of when I was like 27. You know them way there? Yeah. I'm gonna be really, me and my skipping rope is gonna become one. The next thing I'm going to do is change my diet. It's good. That's gonna be the hardest part. All that sweet stuff them, all that bad food them, yeah, you better me just fast, drink my green juice, and get in my fibers. Because may I tell you, you do not want to go to the doctor in the next year. No, you're meeting our accident. Mighty God of Daniel, hope is not nothing critical. We hope is not anything critical. Because we're still experiencing a brain drain of professionals in Jamaica. You feel what I'm saying? We're still experiencing a brain drain. And again, I really don't have an issue with America. You know, me personally, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't have an issue with America. What I have an issue with is our leaders not being able to stand up because they have no backbone, because they are compromised. That is what I have an issue with. The leaders themselves. America can do whatever they want and what is best for their people. We should do the same. And that is simple as that. You feel me? Whatever is in their best interest, you expect them to do that. Whatever is in our best interest, we should do that. But we have a set of politicians that, you know, they are the biggest sellouts you could have ever imagined. Good morning to you. It's me and my wife, myself, are recipients of excellent professional eye care program by the Cuban doctors and nurses. Hey man, there is no going around the standard of health care of Cuban professionals. It is at the top tier level. So they are saying that they're doing some compromising with Cuba and America in negotiations, right? Whatever that means. But the word compromising is very worrying, yes? So we'll have to wait and see, and like I said, we have to pray that this thing, no, the worst case scenario, you know, is C19, you know, happening 2025, you know. Imagine C2025. Imagine that happening right around now. Who aided us in C19? Now the Cuban doctor them. Now there's a restriction and a compromise around that. Right? Why wasn't the contract between the Cubans and Jamaica airtight before, given how long we have been in partnership with Cuba? If there's any truth to what the United States is saying in regards to the labor laws and of the world, if there's any truth to it, get away. If there's any truth to it, right? If there's any truth to it, why wasn't that airtight given how important the Cubans are to us? We need proper representation. We need sharp representation, right? And especially when in the era of law. And this is also another recommendation for Mark Golding. What's going on, Simone? This is also another recommendation for Mark Golding, because he's very, very astute in that area. You understand? He's a professional in that area. Now, in terms of prophetically, ladies and gentlemen, you guys need to go and watch Mark Stewart. Right? He said a lot. Mommy, Mark Stewart, I'm live right now? Last night? Okay, so you say last night Mark Stewart was live. Him and his second in studio. You guys need to go and watch that. He spoke about what happened with the doctors, and he made some excellent points. right? He spoke about the compromising and, you understand? Somebody I call me, hold on. Hello? Hold on there. I'm not hearing you.
Morning, bro.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man.
Yes. As I sent a little correspondence to you regarding the Cuban eye doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is clear. It is elusively clear that anything that has to do with the Cubans
Mm-hmm.
from the side, it's a problem.
Yeah, historically. Yeah.
It is a problem.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, my brother, I'll tell you, Mr. Manley had a good relationship with the
Yeah.
Cubans.
Yeah.
No, look at how the Cubans took by us. And thousands of people that work for them eyes, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Because that's what them, we couldn't see good enough.
Yeah.
And we call the name a Jamaican doctor damage my wife's eye, you know.
Wow.
The way the Cuban doctors look about us, especially my wife. You see, when that doctor looked about my wife's eye, he never give her no precaution.
Oh, no medication?
Yes, medication, yes,
Oh.
but precaution as to what to do and what not to. So when we did our eyes, they told us do not bend certain way.
What do you mean?
Yes, you must not bend certain way because you push on the eye.
Oh.
You should not cook. You should stay away from the heat.
The flame.
For about for about a month.
Wow.
No sex.
Wow.
No sex, my brother. When the
Whoa.
doctors told us that, I was so surprised.
That will you hear my reaction? So you know me shocked.
If you're bending down, you must not bend. You must like stoop down. Stoop down. Do not look down. When we did the operation, the following morning we have to go up by the clinic now to evaluate. Right? And then we have a 1 hour 3-day clinic. And then as I progress, the appointments will stretch further. And they took us right through, my brother. So let me tell you something. They are so professional.
Yeah.
And it hurts me, you know, that every time they are talking about who care for Jamaican people. Every time the government, every time the PNP government go in and they do something good, the JT just come back. Remember all we are doing for United Pole enough. Ulysses Estrada.
Say that again?
Ulysses Estrada. From the Cuban embassy, man.
Oh.
When JP came to power, they give him 24 hours. Persona non grata.
Hey, Sassy say, how can someone stoop down without bending them knees?
Yeah, man. Tell us how to our posture. Be careful when you're coughing. You understand all those things. They are so professional.
Why? For them think deeper than Right, man, listen.
Yeah, man. That is for us to describe the dead boy is very impossible.
Yeah.
It is very impossible. And I tell you something. Look at this, all the schools and with the Cuban government in partnership with Jamaican government. In America, man, the time. Them don't see that. And they are talking about who care for people. The JP don't care for people. Because if they care for people, the dilemma that we are in now, we would not have. Because under President Ronald Reagan, Edward Seaga, Eugenia Charles, Tom Adams of Barbados, they used to call him the yard fowl. In team, American MTM him. You understand? They mash up Jamaica. Jamaica so that it got Grenada, you know. Go fight the war, you know. Go overthrow, you know. Eugenia Charles and Tom Adams, you know.
Okay.
People don't understand all these things. The JPs are always a retrograde step towards Jamaica's progress. But you tell me now, look at how the rest of the Caribbean heads them. You see them stand up?
Yeah, exactly.
You see them stand up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have no cojones and no balls.
Yeah, you know, he didn't even make a statement.
Say something, you were some man them say, but watch out, you know, your visa is important to them, my people more important to them.
Yeah,
and
but
you can see you can run the Mulberry Bush.
I don't know if you watch. May I have to go back to the program after this. But just want to say this to you. I don't know if you watch. Wayne Lonesome video, the Titans last night, but he put up a text that he got on the screen. And I see it, I say, mighty God. Somebody text him and say that allegedly the Wholeness Administration was advocating for James Robertson in the private meeting to get back in visa. I don't know the person or that was sending the message, you know. But that is what was said allegedly. Right? That is the allegation. And I'm saying to myself, do I think that is possible? And I have to say, I do think it's possible. It wouldn't be out of the realm of something that I think that they would do. Do I know? Obviously not. You know, it's just wow, man. It really is just wow. The visa is that important to them. But big up yourself, my boss. Hold up our respect here. We talk. All right. So people, Saturday, what's up? Big up yourself. Simone said, Bolo, all I can say is Jamaica is in trouble, and if the people are voting back JLP, we are doomed for good. Not even Goat Island can save us. You see, you don't really need to listen to Mark Stewart program. We as the Jamaican people are being boxed in. We are being boxed in our own country, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the Chinese have a lot of investment where the wharves are concerned. Our main roads they control, like the highways, you have to pay to get on them. It's heavily guarded with security and police, so they are more protected than us, the citizens of Jamaica, and that's a fact. That's a fact. They are carrying people in here to, work. Everything that Rubio said about the Chinese is accurate in terms of their deals. It's very true. It's well documented. Now, does America do deals in ways to benefit them as well? Of course. but it's about we, the people of Jamaica. I think we need to be consulted by our government officials to the full details of these deals, and are we going to accept that? Me personally, let me tell you something. You see, outside of the healthcare system and potentially what could happen to us, because we have gotten, this is a major blow to our healthcare system. When it comes on to how we build our country, somebody just sent me a message. Call this person. It's the first time I get a message. Hello? Yeah, hello? I just got a message from this number. I don't have it saved. Somebody on YouTube? Oh, my brother, we are going with me there by the live right now. Well, from the same message I say my son, I should have known say you know. Oh, me not have a number save. Oh, I go on there, son. No man, this not right. Mighty God have done here. Me not have it saved. No, let me tell you what happened. One of my phones didn't mash up now, and me have to get a new phone, so it's like some of my number them me lose. Yeah man, but me have got talk different because I'm on the live right now and I wrap up, yeah? Alright, my boss. Up. Have mercy. I family that in a man. Family that in a big up yourself. Big up if you watch, big up. But Miss Genesis, big up yourself, Miss Genesis. Miss Genesis is easy, you know. Miss Genesis, I got message me by Instagram, watching me in the clouds. Big up Miss Genesis. Love you, Miss Genesis. But outside of the real, can you imagine our elders, people? Let me tell you something. There's high risk people. The elders, the children, and pregnant females, and then in between that, you're going to talk about the accidents that happen on the road, which are so many. Sometimes it gets out of hand, yes? And I'm saying, when you factor in all of those variables, over 1/3 of the Cuban doctors, they said, leaving, and then they're going to replace them, and possibly, and then they're going to try to get people from Nigeria, India, and other places. Although those relationships were already forged. Man, listen, I'm just saying, we really can't afford any issues. And this is bad, you know. We shouldn't be, our healthcare system shouldn't be on the ropes like this, is my point. All right? Our healthcare system should not be this compromised, is my point. It is very concerning. And this is a real crisis, and I don't think people understand what could potentially happen to Jamaica if something was to break out. You understand? If something was to break out in the country, and just this country worldwide, but in this country specifically, we are ill prepared. We were ill prepared in the pandemic. That is why we needed the help of the Cuban doctors. And we are more severely. Listen, if you thought we were ill prepared in the pandemic, this situation where we ventilation, what do you call it, the machines for breathing, the asthma machines and stuff like that listen, man, we are really, really in a pickle. We are really in a pickle. And I stand with my Cuban doctors. I love my Cuban doctors. But I hope that the allegations of the government of Cuba, right, allegedly, is it a situation where we pay the government of Cuba and they pay the doctors, right? And are the doctors getting the, because remember, you know, the government of Jamaica said the Cubans are pretty much secured under our labor laws, right? So are they getting the money directly, or are they paying Cuba to pay them? That is really a question, right? But we can't afford to lose a Cuban doctor, them, bro. Them too good. Why? It is a resource that is so close. We have forged a strong relationship for years. There's no way we should part ways with our Cuban doctors. No way. For visa? So hold on, a visa for a few is more important than the health of the entire Jamaica population? Is that what is ultimately being told to us indirectly or directly? This is bad, man. This is bad. This is really, really bad, and I don't know. Like I said, I am ordering my skipping rope, and right at this spot right here, under this wonderful mango tree, I shall be skipping. I shall be skipping, and I'm gonna get back my health to where I want it to be, tip top form shape. You guys won't be able to recognize me after some months. So my face is going to draw down. It's not going to be as puffy. You know, I'm gonna get back. My skin is gonna be way better because exercise and hydration really help your skin. Exercise and my mother have to go get some exercise too. You know, she not escape. Love you, mommy. Yeah, we make my mother get some exercise and oil up the look up. When the vehicle get kind of old and it have a service and you know what I'm saying, change some integral parts and oil some place so you now move like a robot. Yeah. Right now me I move like a robot. Me not telling no lie. From the last time when I moved to this spot right here, I'm telling you, I received weeks of back pain. Lower back pain, middle back pain, right back pain, left back pain, top back pain. Yo, foot pain, every pain I can think about. Believe. But these deals with the Chinese is very, very worrying as well. Them giving away Marcus Garvey's playground with all that great water source should have never happened. And I'm not politicizing that because there has been deals with the PMP as well. Like Head Boy said, ladies and gentlemen, I need the next video that I'm going to premiere is 11:45, 15 minutes from now. So I'm going to be coming off of this. Make sure someone go watch that video. All right? Because there is a mole. There are some moles allegedly in both sides of the political party. Mark Golden, Marky G, you have some snakes in your camp allegedly, my boss. All right? And how we need the PMP to be operating. We don't need no skullduggery. We don't need no scandal. We don't need no selling out to the Chinese. We don't need the selling out to nobody. Jamaica needs to get selfish. We need leaders that are selfish in dealing with the affairs that benefit the people of Jamaica. Let me say that again. Jamaica government officials need to be selfish when dealing with the affairs that benefit the Jamaican people. You know, when you're going on the negotiation table and you have the best negotiator, so listen, no, we cannot do that. Because in essence, what that will do is compromise our education system. And of course, we cannot give such great resources that we're going to need for the future that potentially could earn us money. Why Jamaica don't have them own brand water? I really don't understand how they gave away that piece of land to the Chinese, where all that water source is. that runs down to Roaring River in St. Ann. How did they give them that? Huh? It really bothers me, you know? What kind of deal did the government go into with Chinese for them to get such a prime piece of real estate or land or property to the Chinese? Again, I say, the premiere that is coming up, 11:45, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes from now. You don't want to miss that. My reaction to Ed Boy dropping bombshells. You understand? To Partner Jar TV. And of course, you know me put my little pieces to the puzzle thing, you know. And I ask certain... Listen, Bolo VNR is called Bolo Views and Responses and Reactions. So I react to certain news. You know, Miss Genesis is going on bad. Miss Genesis is going on bad, you know. Well, people. Miss Genesis said, what? The girls them sugar? And that's how she talking. What? The girls them sugar? No more fat, but PAHT. Okay, bro, I'm going to focus. Good on you, bro. I just ordered my walking pad from Amazon. We're getting fit for 2025. Oh, yeah. I'm going to document that and put it on Bolo VNR. I'm going to change the name from Bolo VNR to something else. You know what I'm saying? So let us pray, ladies and gentlemen, that the incompetence of our health minister and the prime minister and their compromising situation or situations that led them to a weak negotiation with the United States Secretary, in essence, you know, representing for America and Donald Trump. Let us hope that the Lord will protect us through these potential and possible storms that is coming. Not physical storms, you know. Not physical storm, but potential storms. Boy, when you hear Mark Stewart say ball out, I believe we're in the era of Mark and Peter, you know. Mark Stewart, Peter Chambers, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I think we're in the era of Mark and Peter. I've got to study them two books there. No way. Eh? Era? The era. I think we're, thank you for the correction. I think we're in the era of Mark and Peter. What was Mark like as a disciple? What about Peter? Peter denied Christ twice. Thrice, 3 times. But in the make the right decision after. You lose something. Who did sinking of the water when Jesus was not teaching walk on water? Which one disciple them? How the Bible people them on the life? Which disciple is sinking of the water? Because him never lose him faith. Eh? I'm not sure. Which disciple they lose it? Some things to think about and study. People, look like rain go fall, so I have some clothes on the line, and I look like I have to carry them in before they wet up again, you know. And I have some other clothes to put out, so Sassy come talk about telling mommy, oh, what is Sassy, alright, you know. You quite alright. People, I'm telling you, it is not because I am I am see it there? Rain, bye.